What's up, guys? My name is LordPetri, and today I'm going to show you how to build a nice little beach hut. Let's walk over to our trusty little cart. Here's all the items we're going to be using today. So basically all the jungle wood items, some birch, the birch door, of course we got some glass, and we'll be beautifying the area a little bit. So we have the jungle leaves and our bone meal. So here's the area we'll be working with, and without further ado, let's get going. The area we're working with here is this circle. I have it shaped out. It's essentially a 15 by 15 area, and we're just going to put the circle down like that. So you want to go 3 out on both sides, and then 1 down, and we'll do that on both sides here, and then you just want to go 1 more over. Honestly, the best way to do this, just look up the circle graphs. There's even an app, a web app, that will draw these out for you, and then you just follow along. I know there's mods and world edit things that could make this faster, but let's just have fun with this. Let's just finish this up like so. We'll do the other side here, and I'll go ahead and finish up here, and we'll see what that looks like. All right. Alright, with the circle finished, let's move on to the next. Alright, next up we have our terrace. We'll be essentially building up a terrace that's about half the size of our home, of this little beach palm tree house thingy that I'm building. And essentially you just want to fill in the spaces in between these posts that I have. Again, that's 15 by 15, so you just follow along. We'll be filling this in here all the way, and afterwards we'll be filling up the back with some jungle wood just to shape up essentially the house exterior, and just setting up our frame here so that we know where we're going and what we're doing in this build. Gotta set yourself up for success. And next up we have our downstairs. So here we're just building out a wall between the underside of the terrace and the first floor of our house. Here there's really a lot you can do as far as the wall and the window configurations. I'm going to show you some examples here as to what that all can look like. So we have our base here, essentially a window, and a 3 blocks wide window. I'm just adding in the sort of upper frame of those windows. We'll be filling those in with jungle wood facing upwards here. I just, it's a personal preference. You can go either way. It may make sense to do it differently. But the whole point of a jungle house, tree house almost, they grow upwards, right? So here, you could bust out the windows like so and have, a combination of 2, a 3, a 2, a 3, a 1. You could go in, go out. Just have fun with this. That's really the whole point of Minecraft, right? It's kind of like playing Legos. I remember as a kid, I had a lot of fun playing Legos. Spent countless hours just building different things together. I would buy Legos just to have more pieces, right? And next up we have our floor that we're just going to set down. I'm using birch wood here just to offset. Essentially I'm going with this dark colors on the outside, lighter colors on the inside pattern. Really play around with this. Acacia, heard somebody call it a chasha. Anyways, the tree type in the desert could be a nice touch. The gray and the orange might be nice, but you know, I'm going with birch, and that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, yeah. Just fill in the floor. I'm sure you've done this plenty of times before. And it's time now to add in our stairs. I've already added them there on the right hand side, but on the left, we're going to replicate the same thing, but you know, we're having fun, so it's going to look a little different. Essentially, the base is the base of the stairs. You know, you want to go two out, set down a set of stairs, and then fill that in. And here I'm just, you know, looking at what fits. You know, we have some windows there, etc. You know, so I have to put that tree back down as part of my frame. But you know, as you build stairs, for me, stairs are probably, if not the most difficult, then second to whatever the first most difficult thing is. But I really struggle with stairs sometimes in making them interesting. I mean, you know, and anyone could just put up a set of stairs, right, and call it great. Um, you know, and sometimes that works, but sometimes not. So with this, just play around to whatever fits. Essentially, we just want to be able to get to the terrace from here as we enter our little shackety shack of sorts. All right, it's time now to frame out the terrace. Essentially, what I'm looking to do here to just basically following the outside outline, take the square down and form that semicircle. So if you follow the guide of sorts that we have with the circle that we initially built, this is really an easy task. Just want to bust out the squares as we go, following that outline. And here I'm just taking a look at what makes sense. You know, for the framing here, essentially, and this looks pretty okay. But you know, for me, I want the jungle wood outline, so I'm gonna um, bust out one more in and just frame it with upwards facing jungle wood. You don't have to have them be facing upwards. I know if you try something like this in survival, it can get a little tedious. Of course, you know, with having to collect all the items. So, you know, do whatever looks good when you built this, and you know, have fun. That's the most important bit, isn't it? Up next, we have the remainder of the top floor. Essentially, just gotta set the flooring in. So I'm just playing around with the stairs here, just seeing whatever makes sense. And this is what I've come up with. So if we have the stairs facing kind of like this, it's a U shape of sorts, and then we have the posts at the bottom holding them up. Um, you know, I like realism, and so that's kind of why I use the posts. But if we finish up with the stairs, going all the way around like this. Then we'll take our half slabs of birch and just fill that in. And here I'm just gonna go one below, have that extra layer of depth that I'm adding. Um, it's just nice to have this sort of layering. And then I'm just gonna fill this in to the wall, and then afterwards we'll finish that up with raising the wall up to match our floor and the walls of the house. Alright, with the main part of the house now completed, basically having raised the walls up just like so, what I'm doing here essentially is framing out the terrace. We'll be removing these here to have our little balcony, but again, I like the frames to be facing up. And, if you have no preference, you can go ahead and just add them in. It would be easier, probably take a lot less time, especially in survival. And, up to you. Just have fun with this and don't think about it too much. Alright, and like to leave these for last. The roofing, probably smart to do anyways, but I absolutely hate roofs, as you can see here, and this is why I leave them for the very last, if I can help it. But essentially with this roof, we're just going all the way around, following the grooves of the stairs, as you can see there, making sure that they link up with the changes in Minecraft that have happened, of course, after many years. One is the changes with the stairs, and they now just beautifully snap too. And so you can just follow this all the way around and have a beautifully looking roof in no time. Okay, I lied. The roof took the longest to build, and I'm not going to subjugate. Anyways, let's not. I'm going to speed this up and show you the end result. And the roof is nearly complete. One thing you can notice here, probably what you're noticing, and it wasn't intended, but the jagged edges. And at first I wasn't sure how I liked it. Let's just clear the weather here. But you know what? As I continue to build the roof, I think it fits. This isn't your perfect beach home, right? This is your sort of palm tree-ish beach. Anyways, it's imperfect, the roof, and I like that, so I kept it. Alright, we're left with adding some windows and beautifications to the outside and the inside of our house. So I'm just speeding this up, essentially play with this. We're adding a door here, and I'm trying to see what might make sense for the amount of windows. But really it's up to you with this one. Essentially, corners will not work, of course, but anything outside of that is fine. Here I wasn't sure if 3 and 3 made sense, or one should be smaller or not, since it's the first floor. But it's up to you. One thing I would suggest, so what I'm doing here, I'm adding a frame to the first and second sections of the house, just to add a bit of depth to the whole. house, just so it doesn't look so bulky in a way. It's better to break up, um, the floors where you can, and this way, of course, it rains a lot in this area, so at least we're protected from the elements, or rather rain, when walking around the house. I'll continue to just add the beautifications. We'll probably have that be sped up. I'm just landscaping the outside here, adding a little bit of grass, some fences, just to kind of shape up the gardens, around the house. Just give it that extra layer that it needs. I feel like every house should have its surroundings shaped up a bit. Um, you know, Ultimately, if you're rebuilding this, it'll be in survival, and you'll have farms, and you'll plant your crops and such. And so I'm just looking to emulate that here with this sort of hilly kind of setup that I have, on this side, and on this side here as well. Next up, we'll be working with these trees here. So if you're familiar with palm trees, as you can see with the one there on the left, the right, you want to curve them. So that's what I'm sort of doing here. And you just want to go with a simple curve for palm trees, nothing too major, and that really will suffice. It will look really, really good. One thing that I still struggle with a bit is the palm tree leaf sort of look. You'll see here in a bit what mine look like. If you've got any suggestions, if you've ever built palm trees before, let me know. I definitely took a look at what was out there, but it's still not exactly perfect how I want. But anyways, enough about that. That's for another time. Alright, as part of our finishing touches, just adding a little bar here in this section of the house, essentially right on the deck or balcony terrace. No beach house is really complete without a bar, in my opinion, and I also really wanted a great excuse to use this brewing stand and the potions. So essentially with this, really it's simple. We just add a little bar sort of thing with the jungle wood, and then layer out some frames where we're going to just put the different potions that you could order if you came to our house here, right? So here I just kind of went for color, not so much what they actually did. I realized some of those you may not want to drink, but I guess that's kind of appropriate with bars, right? The last thing that I'm going to do here is just to add a nice little jukebox and music, and I'm also going to add a set of torches. That way, we can actually see, especially it's thundering like this, and I do want you to actually see what I'm doing, right? So, as far as placement, I'm going to play around with it here, but as it turns out, just setting them here in the middle is going to be best. And time now for a walking tour of the house. So we have some crafting benches there. We have our chests as we come in. I've added some ladders everywhere as decoration, kind of a sea idea. There we had some furnaces. There's our bar. I added some vines to complement the wild nature of the house. We have our little set of books or bookshelves there, and here's the upstairs with the bed, another crafting bench, and our little thunder window, storm window, I guess. And so there's the house. Nice little bed where we can. And here's the outside look of the house one more time. That's completed look. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and definitely if you did and would like to see more, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you hated this video, well then, go ahead and do the same. Until next time.